I can hear your next question. Larry, you say, how are you going to get past that fear? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that is the absolute number one thing I've learned as a teacher. And the absolute number one thing I've learned as a teacher, beside the fact that people are afraid, is that the very first thing you have them create is unalterably garbage. It is so irredeemably awful that there is nothing you can do that will make it any worse than what we're about to create. You have already completely and utterly failed in creating this first. So therefore, if you know that it's going to be awful, anything you create is a success. And therefore, the very first thing I have my classes create when they're doing visual design or creating art or creating a video is something that is so egregiously bad that they look at it and say, hey, I can do better than that. And the very next project they do, and the next project they do better than that. But if you set a high standard and you say the very first thing you have to do has to be precise, it's got to be glorious, it's got to be perfect, nobody can do that. So you set them up to fail. So instead, I set them up to succeed. And by setting them up to succeed, they suddenly say, hey, I can do this. I don't have to be afraid. I can learn this. This could be fun. And all of a sudden, their own rockets light, and they take off from there. So I call it creating garbage. And you may use that phrase with my pleasure.